For your life now, and what if you could see into the future and know which diseases you might have?
Or see what mysteries your DNA actually holds? Well, genomics is becoming increasingly popular.
Scientists sequence your DNA to determine which diseases you are most at risk for.
And Dr. Howard Jacob is director of the Human and Molecular Genetics Center at the Medical College of Wisconsin. And we appreciate you being with us, Doctor. First off, how popular is genomics?
Well, as the price has dropped from $1 billion 10 years ago down to a few thousands of dollars, it's becoming more and more popular.
And what are the odds of predisposed conditions that you might detect in this testing actually developing later in life?
Well, the odds are really going to come down and depend on what it is specifically. So we do know that family history is pretty important. So if you think of reading your DNA as just a better qualitative family history, I think that's the best way to think about it.
But is there any way to change your DNA or your chances for getting this particular disease for the most part, Doctor?
In some cases, the answer is yes. Sadly, we know the answer to many of them, which would be exercise, diet, and eating right. I think the trick is, where we're going is can we do better with the medications? Can we get the right dose, the right medication? Can we look down the road to see, are we at risk for a particular type of disease? So our physician can then screen us differently when we go in for our annual physicals.
Is there a risk that, given this information, some patients might spend the next 20 years of their lives worrying about some disease they might never get?
So that's one of the big concerns about this right now is that how are we going to deal with risk? Well, there's two lines of evidence that suggest that some people will have some problems, but most people probably won't. We already know in our family histories that there is risk for disease, and people tend to do pretty well with it. And the second is direct-to-consumer genetics that is out there right now. The results around those studies suggest that people actually handle the information quite well.
Dr. Jacob, how would a person or a family start this process if they're interested in this?
So we have a genomics medicine clinic at Children's Hospital in the Medical College of Wisconsin, and so what we would urge you to do would be to contact our genomics medicine clinic at Children's Hospital, and we can set you up with the right people to meet with.
Good
so
to know.
You could take some preventive measures at least and
that
find
would be
out.
The hope.
That's the hope. Well, fascinating though, it really is. I'd imagine this helps a lot with research.
It really does, and we're really at the beginning of a new way of thinking about medicine. The whole notion of being able to predict, have some definition about where we're going, and then ability to help our family. Imagine what it would mean for our kids and grandkids if we had this information.
Fascinating. Thanks a lot for coming in and sharing
Thank you for
the
having me.
information.
Dr. Howard Jacob, thank you for joining us this evening. We appreciate it.